Peace, peace, family. Shalom, shalom. This is Moreh Yaakov. This is Moreh Yaakov and ITFTR Network. I'd like to say happy Shabbat to each one of you. Before we get started, we're going to blow the shofar. We like to thank the Creator for each one of you. Make sure as when you come into the building, you press that like and subscribe button and the share button. Shalom, shalom to Sister Latoya G. Happy Shabbat to you. Make sure as we thank the Creator for each one of you. We thank the Creator for protecting us throughout this week. We had some dangerous weather in certain parts. Some of us did. Happy Shabbat. Shalom, shalom to Sister Zipporah, Trey, and Zayden. Happy Shabbat to each one of you. Make sure you come into the building. You press that like and share button. If you haven't yet subscribed, press subscribe and press all. We had some pretty, deadly weather this week in some parts of Georgia, wherever we at. And we thank the Creator for protecting us with that particular, from the weather and that, certain things that came from the weather. We thank the Creator for protecting us, providing for us, and just being the Creator to us. So we thank the Creator for just being merciful, loving, kindness, forgiving, etc., etc., etc. And we thank the Creator and the Creator only. Tonight we're going to have a question and answer session. This is the end of the month. Each end of the month, this is what we're going to do. So if anybody have any questions, you come up on the platform. The link is in the chat, or you can type it inside of you come up on the platform. Salaki, I'm just waking up. Y'all gotta forgive me. You can come up on the platform and you can ask your question, or you can type it in the chat. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. If any questions, you come on the platform and you can type it in the chat. If not, I'm just gonna move forward. I know a lot of people say, "Hey, I understand. I don't need no help, no guidance. I'm A-OK, and everything good with me." Well, all praises to you. All praises. This is for those who do need help into whatever, or this is for those who, need answers to whatever, or you just have a question for whatever. All praises. This is the time to ask. This is the time to bring it out. No question is a dumb question or a bad question. All right. But until we get a question, I'm going to ask a question. My question is, I'm trying to find the right one. My question is, was Samuel, Prophet Samuel, was he anointed? If he was, put the book, chapter, and verse in the chat, or come up on the platform and speak it. Put yes, or put Y for yes, and put N for no. And if you say yes, put the book, chapter, and verse up. Was Prophet Samuel anointed? I'm gonna put a question in the chat. Was Prophet Samuel anointed? Okay. Sister Latoya say she's still looking because she know he anointed other people, but we don't know if he was anointed himself. Was he anointed? Was Samuel anointed? So you okay, 1 Samuel 10:1. Then Samuel took the vial of oil and poured it upon his head and kissed him and said, "It is not because the Lord has anointed thee to be captain over his inheritance." I don't think he had to have the oil on him. Okay. Samuel was not anointed. Let me put in the Samuel was not anointed with oil. All right. My next question is, if anybody got any questions, make sure you interrupt me. My next question is, who stopped the sun? Was the sun the only thing stopped when it stopped during that time? Or let me reiterate the question. Have the sun ever stopped its cycle according to the Bible? Have the sun ever stopped its cycle? Have the sun ever stopped its cycle? Make sure you press the like. Make sure you press the like button. Have the sun ever stopped its cycle? Have the sun ever stopped its cycle? Look at the answer right there. We put the answer up. Joshua 10:12. Okay. All praises, Sister Latoya G. My next question is, in Isaiah, the 14th chapter, who was the devil that Isaiah was talking about? I think that's Isaiah 14. Who was the one that Isaiah was calling the son of the morning? Who in Isaiah 14, I think that's Isaiah 14. Yeah. Who in Isaiah 14, who is that Isaiah is prophesying about? You say Lucifer JC? No. Who is that in Isaiah 14 that he called the son of the morning? Nobody don't know? I put the answer right there. That's the answer right there. That was the king of Babylon. He was talking about the king of Babylon. We referenced that to be Lucifer, but it's talking about the king of Babylon. Here's another one. How many sons do Jacob have? Include everyone, include all. How many sons do Jacob have? Or did Jacob claim? I put it that way. How many sons did Jacob claim? How many sons did Jacob claim? How many sons did Jacob claim? Nobody don't know? He had 12 sons. How many sons did Jacob claim? C-L-A-I-M. Brother Trey, no, he had more than 12. He claimed more than 12. It was 14. He already had 12 sons, Brother Trey. Who was the two that was added? What was their name? You had the 12 sons of Israel. What was Joseph's two sons' name? That made it 14. That's right, Ephraim and Manasseh. But those were those were nephews. Joseph only had 12 sons, but he adopted Ephraim and Manasseh. That made it 14. If somebody wants to go off that logic, I mean, in really respectful, that's an ignorant knowledge, because the nephews cannot become the sons. They will always be the nephews. Let's go to Matthew the 8th. Let's go to Matthew the 8th chapter. Matthew the 8th chapter. Let's dig on a little. Let's dig on a little JC. Dig on a little JC. Dig on a little JC. Matthew the 8th chapter. We're gonna start at verse 1. It says, when he was come down from the mountain, great multitude wake up, James. When he has come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him. Okay? I want y'all to picture that. Because remember, he was up there teaching his disciples on top of the mountain. From chapter 5, 6, and 7, he was teaching his disciples all those supposedly things that he wanted them to know and learn. So now chapter 8, he comes down. Then it says a great multitude followed him. Now I want y'all to pay attention to this now. A great multitude followed him. And behold, there came a leper and worshiped him. Okay? What that word worship right there means. Because it says the leopard came, there came a leopard and worshiped JC. Now, here's my question. What law is the leopard breaking? What law is the leopard breaking? He said and worship him, saying, Lord, if thou wilt, thou can make me clean. Is that according to Torah? Is that according to Torah? I'm going to see who's been studying. In order to know law, you must study the law. Or you will always be a surface dweller. You will never be able to learn and understand law if you don't study. The Bible says iron sharpeneth iron. Sister Latoya put up Exodus 20:3. Thou shalt have no other gods before thee. Okay? Any other law he broke? Oh, put some more up. Exodus 20:5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself before them. Very good. That's what I was waiting on. Nor serve them, for I am the creator, thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquities of the father upon the children unto the third and fourth generation, and the generation that hate thee. That is very good, because he bowed down and worshiped this guy. This is what he did. Leviticus 13:46, she put up also, all the days wherein the plague shall be in him, he shall be afflicted, he is unclean, and he shall dwell alone without the camp, shall be what? Shall be his habitation, shall his habitation be. That is another one. He said that this guy, JC, can make him clean. First of all, why was he unclean? Why is the New Testament not telling you his crime? They just say he was a leper. You see? And who's the only one that can clean a leopard? Uh-oh, give me the law. Give me the law. Who's the only one that can clean a leopard? Who's the only one that can clean a leopard? According to Torah. If you do not study, you will not become sharp. You will stay dull. And you will be on hypothesis and theory. You will not be on law. Can anybody clean a leopard? Can anybody clean a leopard? When a man shall have, this was Sister Latoya G put up, when a man shall have in his skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or a bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh, like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto who? Aaron. Back then it was Aaron. Who was Aaron? The priest. The priest, or unto his sons, the priest. So why is this man going to JC if it was the priest who was the only ones that can cleanse the lepers? If you don't study law, these little small little Nicobites, I call them Nicobites because they'll nick you until you submit to these things. And when you read it, you will accept it, and you will not know about Torah. Only the priests, they were supposed to be brought to the priest. Okay? Notice what the guy say. He worshiped him. That's one law he broke. If thou will, thou can make me clean. That's another law he broke. You see? And I'm quite sure people will come and say, oh no, he didn't break no law. He didn't break the law. Well, my question is, was JC a priest? Shalom, shalom, Sister Shamara. Was in Emory. Happy Shabbat. Was JC a priest? Yes or no? Was JC a priest? According to the New Testament, was he a priest? That's a yay, a Y for yes, and an N for no. Oh, he was? He was? Well, what line is he from? Aaron's lineage? Sister Shamara? Who was his father that was a part of the Levites? Sister Shamara? It's okay. It's okay. Even if you're wrong, we're still here to help you get it right. JC was not a priest. He was not a priest. He was from the tribe of what the New Testament say the tribe he was from? What tribe JC, New Testament say JC was from? Sister Shamara, do you know what tribe they say JC was from in the New Testament? Then we're gonna move to number 4. Verse number 4. When you find it, Sister Shamara, put it in the chat, please. Put it in the chat. Let's go to verse number 4. Trey say, no, I don't believe that he was because JC wasn't anointed. Okay. Well, do you know what tribe he was from, Brother Trey? Sister Shamara say, was referring to the book of Hebrews. Thought he was described as a high priest. Oh, okay. Well, you're gonna let the book of Hebrews get you messed up. What tribe he was from, brother, Sister Shamara and Brother Trey? What tribe that JC, the New Testament say JC was from? It's okay, but that's why we're here. We're here to sharpen you. We're here to help you. It's okay. What tribe they say JC was from in the New Testament? So why you and Brother Trey say the tribe of Judah? Okay. Do you have the verse? Very good. Do y'all have the verse, book, chapter, and verse that say he was from the tribe of Judah? So while y'all putting up the book, chapter, and verse, we're going to move on to verse 4. Just still put it up. Don't worry about this. We're gonna call it out when you put it up. Verse 4 says, and JC said unto him, see thou tell no man. He said, don't tell no man that you about to be healed. Notice that. But let me go back to verse 3. And JC put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will be thou clean. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. Very good, Sister Shamar. Hebrews 7:14. Now, in verse 3, JC put forth his hand, and the leprosy was cleansed. So JC just touched the guy. Now, has anybody who had leprosy in Torah? Who had leprosy in Torah? Can somebody show me a scripture about leprosy in Torah? And how was the leper cleansed? Was it by somebody touching him? How was the leper cleansed? Ooh, there we go. We back into the law again. How was the leper cleansed? Ooh, we getting into the law tonight, family. How was the leper cleansed? Was somebody touching them, putting forth their hand like what JC did in verse 3? And JC put forth his hand and touched him, saying, I will be thou clean. Was lepers cleansed like that? We're going to learn tonight, family. Oh, okay. Very good, Sister Shamara. How was Miriam leprosy cleansed? Oh, that's a good one, too. How was Miriam leprosy cleansed? Anybody else got another leprosy in Torah? How was Miriam leprosy cleansed, Sister Shamara? Ooh, this is good. This is good tonight. Who else in Torah had leprosy? And how was they cleansed? Was they cleansed by somebody putting forth their hands and saying, be thou clean? How was the leprosy cleansed? This is law. Because according to JC, he put forth his hand and he said, "Yeah, I will be thou clean." And the guy was clean. How was Sister Shamara? How was Miriam clean? Who else in Torah had leprosy? And how was they clean? Oh, this is a good one. We're going to see who been studying. Brother Trey put up Leviticus 14:7. And if he shall sprinkle upon him, that is to be cleansed from the leopard 7 times, and shall pronounce him clean, and shall let the living bird loose it the opening field. Who sprinkled, Brother Trey? Who did the sprinkling? Sister Shamar say, so when I read, it said that Moses intercede with a short, urgent prayer, and the Creator. Yes. Yep. The Creator heard and removed the leprosy. So Miriam was cleansed by Moses' prayer. Moses prayed. He didn't lay no hands. He didn't lay hands. No, nobody mentioned naming Sister Latoya G. She put up 2 Kings 5:10, and Elijah sent a messenger unto him, saying, "Go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and thy flesh shall come again to thee, and thou shalt be clean." Yes. Nobody put no hands. Nobody reached their hands out and touched nobody. Sister Shamara, King Uzziah. Okay. How was he? How was King Uzziah clean? Yes, bro. Sister Shamara. Yes, Naaman as well. Right. How was King Uzziah leprosy? You say he had leprosy. How was he clean? How was he clean? Sister Latoya put up, I don't see them getting cleansed except for Naaman and Miriam and maybe another. Okay. We get some way. Trey say Numbers 12:10, and the cloud departed from off the tabernacle, and behold, Miriam became white as snow, and Aaron looked upon Miriam, and behold, she was leprous. Right. In number 12:11. And it says, and Aaron said unto Moses, also, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not the sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, and wherein we have sinned. Right. Moses is praying to remove that leprosy from Miriam. When it was Naaman, Elijah sent a message and told Naaman to go dip yourself and wash yourself. Brother Trey, did you put up who sprinkled the water? Numbers 12:12. Let her not be as one dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed, when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Yeah, that's very good. That's another part of leprosy. How was these leprosy? We seeing how these leprosies was cleansed. It was cleansed through prayer, and it was cleansed through washing. But nobody did a priest or anybody touch the leopard, and the leopard became cleansed? Can somebody touch the leopard? Numbers 12:12. You just put that up. You just put that up, Brother Trey. Leviticus 12:1, okay. And it says, and the Creator spake unto Moses, saying, let her not be as one of dead, of whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out of his mother's womb. Can anybody touch the leopard? Can you touch the leopard? Can you touch the leopard? Okay. Can you touch the leopard? Since LaCharlie G put up Leviticus 13:44, he is a leper man. He is unclean. The priest shall pronounce him utterly unclean. His plague is in his head. No, don't touch unclean. So why is JC touching this guy? Why is JC touching this guy? And the Bible says, and immediately his leprosy was cleansed. Sister LaCharlie put up Leviticus 13:50. And the priest shall look upon the plague and shut up it that has the plague 7 days. This means isolation. So you don't supposed to touch this dude. But JC touched this guy. He touched this guy. You see? Now, verse 4. And JC said unto him, see thou tell no man, but go thy way, show thyself to the priest, and offer gift that Moses commanded for a testimony unto them. Now, why was it important that this man not tell nobody but go straight to a priest? I'll be right back. Y'all answer. Y'all find that out. I'll be right back in a second. Why he told him don't say nothing to nobody but go to the priest. Anything, an offer gift. Why did he say offer gift? But the first thing is, why he say don't tell nobody? Oh, we got a whole bunch of law breaking here. Why did JC say don't tell nobody that you were cleansed from your leprosy? Oh, I'm gonna make y'all think tonight. Why did JC told him not to ask nobody? Not to go tell nobody. Why did JC tell him? Let's start with that question. Verse 4, and JC said unto him, see thou tell no man. Why? Why was it important to keep this thing quiet? Ooh. We're going to learn tonight, family. It was contagious and coming in contact with anyone exposed you. JC knew that. JC knew they shouldn't have come to him, and he probably wanted them to what? To spread it so he couldn't heal them? Nah. Why did JC say don't tell nobody? Why did JC say tell nobody? Let's go to Leviticus 14. Let's go to Leviticus 14. Let's go to Leviticus 14. We're going to start at verse 1. We're going to start at verse 1. Notice what it says. And the Creator spake to Moses, saying, This shall be the law of the leopard in the day of his cleansing. He shall be brought unto who? The priest. That's the reason why he said, keep your mouth shut. I mean, like that soap. He shall be brought to the priest. And the priest shall go forth out of the camp. And the priest shall look, and behold, if the plague of leprosy be healed in the leper, then shall the priest command to take for him that is to be cleansed 2 birds alive and clean, cedar wood and scarlet and hyssop. And the priest shall command that one of the birds be killed in an earthen vessel over running water. And for the living bird, he shall take it, and the cedar wood and the scarlet and the hyssop, and shall dip them in the living bird, and shall dip them and the living bird in the blood of the bird that was killed over the running water. And he shall sprinkle upon him that is to be cleansed from the leprosy 7 times, and shall pronounce him what? Clean, and shall let the living bird loose into the open field. And he that is to be cleansed shall wash his clothes and shave off all his hair and wash himself in water, that he may be what? Clean. And after that he shall come into the camp and shall tarry abroad out of his tent 7 days. But it shall be on the 7th day that he shall shave all his hair off his head and his beard and his eyebrows. He's going to look like a monk. Even all his hair he shall shave off, and he shall wash his clothes. Also he shall wash his flesh in water, and he shall be what? Clean. And on the 8th day he shall take 2 lambs without blemish. And it's just showing you everything that he's supposed to go through. We're going to skip down. See, the priest is supposed to do these things. The priest. You see that? It's the priest. So my question, why did he say tell no man? Because he was breaking the law. He was breaking the leprosy law. And he told him, but go that way, show yourself to a priest. Because the priest is the only one that can make you, that can declare you to be clean. You see? The priest is the only one that can do that. Moses had to pray directly to the Creator. And the Creator moved that curse from Miriam. Naaman thought that Elijah was going to come and lay his hands on him. Elijah told him, no, you dip yourself. You see? JC had no power to clean no one. And for him doing that, that's why he told him to go to the priest. Sister Latoya said he broke the law, but tried to what? Covered it by sending him to the priest. Still just so he could say he told the what? The leper to keep the law. That's right. He broke the law. But the people who believe in this say, well, he did a good thing. No. He broke the law. And that's why he told him to also take a gift. The gift is the sacrifices that he was telling him to go and keep. That was the gift. But the priest is the one that brings the sacrifice. It's just that simple. Any questions? Any questions before we move forward? Oh, y'all know the law of leprosy now. Oh, let's go a little further. Verse 5. And when JC was entered into Capernaum, there came unto him a Satarian beseeching him. So this Satarian man was looking for JC. When he went into the city of Capernaum, this guy who's a Satarian was looking for JC. Verse 6, and saying, Lord, my servant lieth at home sick of what? Palsy, grievous, tormented. Now, family, what is palsy? Anybody can tell me what is palsy? What is that? Palsy. What is palsy? What is palsy, family? What is palsy, family? They go palsy right there. Okay. Palsy is a medical term which refers to various types of what? Paralysis or paresis, often accompanied by what? Weakness and what? The loss of feeling and uncontrolled body movement, such as shaking. You see? People move. He's moving. So this person, this man say, that's right. This man say, this Satarian man say he got a guy. He have a servant. And he got palsy. He's just constantly shaking. He's shaking, he's moving. He don't have no control of it. You see? And he say this thing is grievous and it's tormented. It's tormenting him. Right, okay, it's due to nerve damage. So this guy got some nerve damage or something going on in this guy. He don't have no control of certain movements in his body. And he went to salt JC out. Let's look at verse 7. Matthew, the 7th chapter, verse 7. And JC said unto him, I will come and heal him. Okay, this is what he's saying. I'm going to come and heal this guy. Verse 8. And the centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that thou should come under my roof, but speak the word only, and my servant shall be healed. So he said, look, you too great to come to my house. This is what he told JC. You too great to come to my house. But if you speak the word, my servant shall be healed, meaning that's future tense, right? And then he said in verse 9, for I am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this man, go, and he goeth, and go, and to another come, and he cometh, and to my servant do this, and he doeth it. Verse 10. So this man saying, look, I command a lot of people. Whatever I say, that's what they do. This is what he say. Whatever I say, that's what they do. Now, watch verse 10. When JC heard it, he marveled. Now, I want you to pay attention. When JC heard that this man command all these people under him, and they do exactly what he tells them. The Bible says JC marveled, meaning he smirked, he smiled, and said to them that followed. Now he began to speak to the crowd. You see, he's speaking to the crowd now, even though the centurion man spoke to him directly. Now JC, notice what it said. He said to them that followed. He's talking to the crowd now. Don't forget, a crowd is following this guy. Okay? He said to the crowd, verily I say unto you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. So he's saying that this man's faith is the greatest that he ever seen in Israel. What's wrong with that picture? What is wrong with that picture? He said he hath not seen no greater faith in Israel. Is that the truth, or is that a lie? Let me read it again. He said, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. Is that a true statement? And if it's a true statement, explain why. If it's not a true statement, explain why. I'm listening. And we're going to learn tonight. We're going to learn tonight. He said, I have not found so great faith. No, not in Israel. Sister Latoya said faith in what? JC wasn't around Israel, 2 witnesses, their faith anyway. But for the conversation, what about Moses? That's one. Moses had faith. Who else had faith in Israel? Who else had faith in Israel? Because he said this centurion man, faith was greater than anything he ever saw in Israel. What made Moses' faith great, Sister Latoya? Who else had faith in Israel? She put up, they wasn't supposed to have faith in JC, so he's admitting that this having faith in him, JC, was uncommon. But what kind of faith is he talking about? Because Israel was supposed to have faith in the Creator, right? That is the kicker right there. He said he had seen no one in Israel that have faith like this. And the question is, she hit it on the bullseye. What faith is he talking about? In what? You see? What faith is he talking about? The faith that he was talking about was the faith in him. You see? So he's telling you right there, he's telling you right there, Israel didn't have faith in him like that. Ooh. I'm going to let that sink. I'm going to let that soak, and I'm going to let that stick on you just for a second. I'm going to say it again. He's admitting Israel did not have faith like that in him. Sister Latoya put up Habakkuk 2 and 4, Salakia. Habakkuk 2 and 4, or Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. The upright had faith in the Creator only. That New Testament man had faith in JC only. LOL. And that is the truth. He had faith only in JC. He had faith only in JC. I'm going to let that sink. He had faith only in JC, and JC just admit that Israel did not have faith in him. These ain't my words. I'm reading from the book. If you're not learning tonight, you're not going to learn at all. Let me read it again. When JC heard it, he marveled, he laughed, he smirked, he smiled, and said to them that follow, verily I say unto who? You. I have not found so great faith. No, not in Israel. Why nobody in Israel did not have faith like this centurion man? Because maybe Israel faith was in the Creator. Like what Sister Latoya, he put up in Habakkuk 2 and 4. Or some of you call it Habakkuk 2 and 4. Maybe they was living according to the faith that was supposed to be in the Creator. You see? This is the whole point. He put his faith in JC. But show me where they were putting their faith in the Creator. because JC just compared this centurion faith to Israel's faith. He just compared it and say nobody in Israel don't have this faith in Israel like this man when it comes to me. That's a cut. And a lot of you think that Israel was following this guy. Israel was not following this guy. That's a cut. But let's keep cooking. Let's keep cooking. Let's keep cooking. Verse 11. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Okay? Notice what he says. Many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But now watch what verse 12 says. Pay attention. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out out of darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. What is taking place here, family? Who is the children of the kingdom he was just talking about? Oh my gosh. Oh my. Who was he talking about right here? Who is the children of the kingdom, family? Oh, we in the crock pot tonight. Morey Yaakov is gonna be, I'm being taught tonight. I'm seeing who been studying, who wants to study, who wants to break this Bible down and learn this Bible. You see? If you don't spend time learning it, you will never learn it at all. You can sit there and think this and think that, but this is the Sabbath. Everything's supposed to be yielding to the word. Everything's supposed to stop and yield itself to the word. And if you ain't yielding to the word to learn the word, then you will never learn it. You just be cannon fodder. You'll be fuel for the fire. This is point blank, period. Learning is up to you, not me. Sister Latoya say, that was verse, what verse was that? That was verse 11 and 12. Matthew the 8th chapter, verse 11 and 12. Matthew the 8th chapter, verse 11 and 12. Oh, we're going to learn tonight, those who wants to learn. If you ain't trying to learn, you're going to get stuck with JC. I promise you that one. Tomorrow. 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 Bring me water, please. Who is the children of the kingdom? Ooh, this a cut. This a cut. This is a cut. This is a cut. Let me read verse 11 again. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east and the west and shall sit down with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Verse 12, and the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Who is the children of the kingdom? So Latoya put up, he's talking about the children of his kingdom that took up the cross and followed him. I know he's not talking about Israel's kingdom. Well, how would you prove that? How would you prove that? How would you prove he's not talking about Israel's kingdom? Because see, the first thing people will see, and there shall come, and many shall come from the east and the west, and shall sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. The first thing they'll say, well, those are the children of Israel coming home. How would you prove that that is not them coming home? Oh, we got a good one tonight. Sister Latoya put up John 10:7. The men then say, JC, unto them again, verily, verily, I say unto you, I am the door of the sheep. Oh, okay. Then she put up John 10:18. Salaki, John 10:8. And that ever came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep did not hear them. John 10:9. I am the door. By me, if any man enter in, he shall be saved, and shall go in and out and find pasture. Okay? So you saying he's the door to the kingdom? Is that what you're saying, Sister Latoya? And she put up John 10:27. My sheep hears my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. Okay? Okay, John 10:28. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. Okay? So the children of the kingdom, you saying that those are the people that follow him? Sister Latoya G just put up a Y or an N. Okay, she put up Matthew 3:12, whose fan is in his hand, and he will thoroughly purge his floor and gather his wheat into the garner, but he will burn up the chaff and with unquenchable fire. Okay? So you say that the children of the kingdom is his people? Okay, she said yes. So let me ask you a question. Here's the next question to this, to verse 11 and 12. Let me go back to verse 11. He said that many shall come from the east and west and shall sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. What was he referring to that they're going to sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven? What was he talking about? Because JC is over his door to his people. But what was he talking about when he said that many going to come and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven? What was he talking about? Oh, these are head scratchers tonight. Anybody got any other question? I could divert from off this and get to your question. If you have a question, put it in the chat or come up on the link. Hit the link and come up on the platform. We have you. We can entertain your question as well. Y'all thought it was gonna be what day the sun was made on? y'all thought it was gonna be what day the grass was created? Huh? And when did he put man in the garden? That's what y'all thought? Nobody don't have questions? I got questions. I have plenty of questions. Plenty of questions. What did he mean that many going to come from the east and the west and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven? What do you mean by that? Is he talking prophecy? Is he talking prophecy? There's one of the prophecies. Because many going to go up to the mountain and Jacob is going to teach them. Many nations is going to go up to the mountain and Jacob is going to teach them. Micah, the 4th chapter. You can pull it up for yourself and read it. Verse 1 through 7. Verse 1 through 7. You can read it for yourself. Micah, the 4th chapter. Sister Latoya put up, heaven for them is their soul right, because the body doesn't go into heaven. Where is Abraham in this kingdom? I think he's pushing death on them, but making it seem pleasurable. That's not Torah. Okay. Okay. What JC was talking about, notice what he said in the verses before that. There was nobody in Israel who had greater faith than this Syrian man. And then he turned around and said, many shall come from the east and the west and shall sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. What do you mean by that? There's going to be a lot of people who come and learn Torah. They're going to learn the laws of the Creator. He said, but the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into what? Out of darkness. What do you mean by that? Who is the children of the kingdom? He said they're going to be the ones that's cast out into the outer darkness. The ones that he was talking about was the ones that don't have no faith in him. Like this centurion man. He's telling you you can believe in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob all day long. But if you don't believe in him, and you don't have faith in him, it don't matter. This is what he was telling you. It doesn't matter. You believe in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because if your faith is not like this centurion man, you're going to get put to death. This is what JC just said. I want you to think about that. Think about that. This is what he was telling the crowd. He was telling the crowd, your faith, you can believe in Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob all you want to. But if your faith is not like this centurion man, then you're going to what? Be cast out into the outer darkness. This is gaslighting. You're trying to get people to fear. You're bringing fear to the people. That's why he marveled. Go back to verse 10. It says when JC heard what the centurion man said, he marveled. That's the reason why he marveled. Because he know for the centurion man, for what he said, now he could push just a little bit more of his agenda to the people. By getting the people to hear this centurion man on how much faith he have in JC. So if they see a man that's of a big stature like that, a stature, meaning this man got so many people that follow him, obey him, and do what he's asked. But he's now coming to submit to a man like JC. That is more greater than anything you can ever imagine. That's what JC was telling the people. You see? This is what he was telling the people. That's the reason why he said he never seen nothing like that even in Israel. So he was telling the people, even in Israel, they don't have faith like that in me. And if you don't have faith like this centurion man in me, then it don't matter who you believe in, what you believe in. You're done. This is what he was telling the people. I want y'all to sit there and look at what this dude just did. And this is one of the main scriptures and stories these people preach in the church. This is the faith of the centurion man. He just cut Torah. He just killed Torah. But y'all don't see that though, do y'all? Y'all don't see that. He just removed Torah. But some of y'all are still believing this dude. They say that this guy was perfect. He didn't break no law. I'm showing you he was breaking laws. This dude was breaking laws across the board. Because here's the point. Why did he have to mention Israel? Why did he have to compare Israel to this centurion man? If this centurion man came to him for his servant, why Israel had to be mentioned? That's my question. That's my next question. Why did he have to mention, why did he have to compare Israel's faith to the centurion man's faith if he was not going against Torah? Come on, y'all doing good tonight. Why did he mention he have to compare Israel to the centurion man if the centurion man came to him for his servant? What do Israel have to do with the conversation? So you got to look at everything. You got to compare everything across the board. This is how you pull the babies from out of the bathwater. Why did he have to compare Israel's faith to the centurion man's faith if he was not going against Torah? We cooking tonight, family. See, you can't just read. You have to look at and ask questions as you read. Because if you just read, you'll miss these very important points. He had no, this conversation was between the centurion man and JC. Why bring Israel in the conversation? Why bring up the faith that he didn't know of Israel and compare it to the centurion man's faith? Why? What was the purpose for that? What was the reason for that? Huh? If he wasn't trying to go against Torah. Sister Latoya say is to make Israel feel bad and want to do more. He knew he wasn't accepted by Israel and tried to play like he was another messenger from the Creator being neglected by Israel. That is true. That's why he had to bring it up to the people. He had to get the people on board. And what more getting the people on board is to undercut what people know that is powerful. Y'all, you got to see this thing. This dude was straight garbage, man. And I know a lot of y'all ain't gonna believe that, but this dude was a straight up con. Because Israel had no part of the conversation with the centurion conversation. The centurion man wanted his servant healed from palsy. That man wasn't thinking nothing about no Israel, but why did JC bring up Israel to the people who was following him? Because some of those people still believed in Torah. Ooh. This is what you call fear tactic. Fear pushing. You got to read very slow. And you got to know Torah. If you don't know Torah, you're going to think what you're reading is according to law. And this is what's going to trap a lot of you. Let's keep riding. Let's keep cooking. Let's keep cooking. Let's keep cooking. Y'all doing good tonight. All praise to the Creator. Y'all doing very good. So let's go to verse 13. And JC said unto the centurion. Now he took his conversation from the people back to the centurion man. Okay? That's what he did. He told the centurion man, go thy way. And as thou hast what? Believed, so it done unto you. So he told him, go ahead on the go. So if you believe, what you believe is going to be done. That's what he told him. Okay? And his servant was healed in the self same hour. What's taking place right here? Anybody know what's taking place? He told the centurion man to go. He said, go your way. And as thou hast believed, what you believe, how you believe, so is to be done unto thee. So how did he believe? He believed only in JC. Or he believed in JC more than anything else. What's taking place here, family? What's taking place here? He said, how you believe is what's going to happen for you. What's taking place here, family? He says his servant was healed the self-same hour. What's taking place here, family? If you don't know, you're going to get caught up. Only thing JC told him to go, get out of here. And as thou hast what? Believed. What did he believe? Let me ask you a question. I'm going to put it in the chat. What did the centurion man believe? What did the centurion man believe? What did the centurion man believe? JC said, well, not JC, Salakia. Sister Latoya G said, JC has said in John 4:48, then said JC unto him, except ye see signs and wonders, ye will not believe. Believe in what? Believe what? Believe what, Sister Latoya G? Believe what? So he was looking for a sign. What's wrong with signs and wonders? What is wrong with that? Acts 2:22. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. JC of Nazareth, a man approved of God, you by miracles and wonders and signs which God did by him in the midst of you, as ye yourselves also know. He believed in JC. He believed JC was the creator. Okay? So if he believed that JC was the creator, and he believed in signs, wonders, and miracles, because if they didn't have no signs, wonders, and miracles, would the people believe in him? Let me ask you a question. Show me one time where JC told the centurion man to believe in the creator, the Father in heaven. Show me where he told him to believe in the Father in heaven. Because why would the creator bring somebody here just to do miracles among the people. What is that the form of? Because all he was doing was miracles, signs and wonders. What is that phenomenon? I'm listening. Sister Latoya G put up 2 Thessalonians 2:9, Slack. Even him who's coming is after the works of Satan with all power, signs, and lying wonders. Satan and even the people of Egypt did signs and wonders to try to compete with the Creator. That is true. That is true. The people in Egypt was trying to compete with the Creator. In Egypt. So why would the Creator send somebody just to do miracles and wonders and signs for people to believe in him? You see? Why would he do that? Somebody just walking around doing signs and wonders and healing people and doing this and doing that, and great crowds follow. Show me the great crowd following Elijah. Elijah raised up a girl from the dead. Show me the crowd following him. Joshua prayed and the sun and the moon stopped its cycle. Show me the crowd from other nations following Joshua. You see? But somehow the people is following JC. I want that to soak in your thoughts. The people is following JC. Okay? Let me repeat it again. The people is following JC. And nobody asked the question why. Why they are following this guy? But you don't ask the question. You just accept the story. Oh, because he's the son of God. He's popular. Everybody like what he's doing. He just do it. No. They followed this guy because of what he was doing. Show me any scripture of him doing the miracles and signs that the people turn back to the Creator. Give me the scripture. Somebody give me book, chapter, and verse. That as he was doing the miracles, the people turned back to the Creator. Give me the book, chapter, and verse. Give me the book, chapter, and verse. But y'all would sit there and continue to quote this foolishness. This is the problem. And y'all still believe this guy was sinless. Oh, he opened not his mouth and not said not one mumbling word. This man didn't have to say nothing because he already had you. What more do he need to say? He already know you done drunk the Kool-Aid and bit off half of the skull from out of a man's head. And I meant to say what I said. You bit half of the skull off a man's head. He ain't got to say a mumbling word because you already drunk the tea. You at the tea party. Let's keep cooking. So his servant was healed that same hour. His servant was healed. But watch this. 14. And when JC was come into Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. Now JC see that Peter's mother-in-law is sick. She has a fever. Okay? She has a fever. All right? Sister Latoya G put up Numbers 20 and 8. Take the rod and gather thou the assembly together, thou and Aaron, thy brother, and speak ye unto the rock before thy eyes, and it shall give forth his water, and thou shalt bring forth to them water out of the rock. So thou shalt give the congregation and their beasts drink. Numbers 20 and 12. And the Creator spake unto Moses and Aaron, because ye believe me not. Okay? To sanctify me in the eyes of the children of Israel. Therefore you shall not bring this congregation into the Creator. I mean, it's like into the land which I have given them. Moses did not sanctify or set apart the Creator. He didn't speak to the rock first, so it made it look like the sign wonder was coming from him and not the Creator. Very good. That is a very good point. The Creator tells you how to move. So is that the Creator can be glorified. And when the people follow the Creator, the people will glorify and begin to bless the Creator. Show me after JC did miracles, the people blessed the Creator. Oh, I know a lot of people ain't gonna like this, but I don't care. Jimmy crack corn, but I don't care. That means you ain't ready for the truth. That means you're not ready for life. You're not ready to live. You're ready to stay stuck in this realm. See, when a lot of people die and you're not ready to die, your soul wanders until the time ends. But when you're ready to die, your soul rests until time ends. It's your choice. A lot of people dying and ain't ready. Trey Happy should say John 12:37. But though he had done so many miracles before them, yet they believed not on him. Yeah, they still didn't believe him. Because it was about the signs, wonders, and miracles. They believed in that dude. They believed in what he was doing. So if they didn't believe in him, what makes you think they're going to believe in the Creator? So what he was doing was void. It was fruitless. It was fruitless. I mean, I hate to say it, but I know a lot of y'all seen Travis Hunter. Everybody was telling him not to marry that girl. He still married her. What the people were saying to Travis was fruitless because he already had in his mind what he believed. So why would the Creator send someone that's supposed to be next to him down here next to the people when he already knew the people was stiff-necked? Why? What was the purpose? when he already turned his face against them? What would be the purpose? Because they still ain't gonna believe. That's a very good scripture you pulled, Brother Trey. That's a very good scripture. It didn't matter. He could have rained fire from heaven. They still didn't believe. They still didn't repent. So what was the purpose for sending him? For him to die for people who never believed in the first place? The Creator, I never seen where the Creator say he turned his face back to us. So why would he give his son? Why would he do it? Why would he do it? Why would he do it? You see? It's not glorifying the Creator. That's why the people was following him. Because it was about him, not the Creator. Peep the game and watch the play. You see? So now JC come to Peter's house and saw his wife's mother laid and sick of a fever. Peter's mother-in-law, his wife's mother, has a fever. She's laying down and she got a fever. Okay? Verse 15. And he touched her hand, and the fever left her. And she arose and ministered unto them. What's wrong with this picture? What's wrong with this picture? Let me read again. And he touched her hand, and the fever left her. And she arose and ministered unto who? Them. He going around touching people and people just being healed. What's wrong with this picture, family? She ministered unto them. What did she minister to them? You see? Who's being glorified? Yeah, minister means to serve. So what exactly did she do? She must have praised them. Remember, she's sick. She got a fever. He touched her hand and the fever left. Okay? The fever left. And she arose and ministered unto who? More likely JC, Peter, and whoever else that was with them. See how that work? Because she's going to give them credit because of the sickness that she had just got over. You see? Show me where she praised the Creator. Show me where the Creator was getting his due portion. Show it to me. You say, oh, wait, he was the Son of God. He was God's son. He was glorifying God. Show it to me. Sister Latoya G said if she started waiting on them, that's crazy. That she doesn't quarantine after her sickness. What if she physically served them? And that could be so. But JC touched her hand, and the fever, whatever the fever was. It didn't say where the fever came from. She could have had the flu. She could have had a sea monster. Y'all know the sea monster, right? COVID. She could have had anything that caused her to have a fever. But it doesn't matter. JC is immune to everything. He's immune. He took all his shots before he came down on earth. He's immune. But he gave up everything of himself, and he's immune to everything on the earth. Nothing gets this man sick. He's the Energizer Bunny. He just keep going. He's tougher than elastic. He just keep expanding. This guy's just tough. He's tougher than leather. Nothing weighs this man down. He's just going around touching everything, speaking, everything just agree to him. This guy just keep going. He's the Energizer Bunny. His battery never dies. Never dies. He's just touching everything. And everything that he touched turns to gold. So she ministered unto them. Verse 16. And it says, when the even was come, meaning the sun is down, going down, they brought unto him many that were what? Possessed with devils. So notice they bringing these people who's possessed when the sun is setting, who's possessed with devils. They bring in all these people who's possessed with devils. They bring it to him, and he cast out the spirits with his what? His word, and heal all that were sick. Family, let me ask you a question. In Torah, if somebody had a devil in them, or they had a familiar spirit, what the Bible says, what you're supposed to do to them? What you do with people who have a demon or a familiar spirit in them, or anything that is opposite of the Creator? What do you do with those people? Somebody put the law up. Because it says these people had devils in them. Do you know what it means to have a devil in you? Let me read it again. When the evening was come, they brought unto him many that were what? Possessed with devils. If you see that, it's a semicolon there. That means you stop. You stop. That's a stop sign. So what it means to have devils in you, family? These people had devils in them. Sister Latoya put up Deuteronomy 18:10. There shall not be found among you any one that maketh his son or his daughter pass through the fire, or that uses divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch. Deuteronomy 18:11. Or a charmer, or a consulter, or with what? Familiar spirits, or a wizard or a necromancer. You see? These people don't supposed to be found among you. These people had devils. They had devils. Sister Latoya also put up Leviticus 19:31. Regard not them that have familiar spirits, neither seek after wizards to be defiled by them. I am the creator of your power. What happens to people that have familiar spirits? What you supposed to do to them? Do you heal them? Did the Bible say heal them? Did the Bible say touch them and let the demons go out, the devils go out of them? Because when the devils come out, where they going? Where they going at, family? Because it says, when the evening come, they brought unto him many that were what? Possessed with devils. And he cast out the spirits with his word. He cast the spirit out with his word. Did Torah tell you to cast spirits out with your word if they have demons in them? Devils? Familiar spirits? You use your word to cast them out? I command you to come out right now. That's what he telling them to do? Is that Torah? Let's go to Samuel, 1 Samuel 28:9. Sister Latoya put up Luke 11:24. When the unclean spirit is gone out of man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and find none. He said, I will return unto my house with I have come out. And she put up Luke 11:25. And when he cometh, he findeth it swept and garnished, meaning it's clean. Then she put up verse 26, 11:26. Then goeth he and taketh to him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they eat, and they enter in and dwell there. And the last state of that man is worse than the first. And this is a true statement. This is true. So when he casts these people, when he casts the demons out, what happens to the people? The spirits. They go and they return. They leave and they return. You see? They leave and they return. They leave and they return. Because they don't have no place else to go. They have no place else to go. You see? Let's go to 1 Samuel 28:9. Anybody got any questions so far? Any other questions before we move forward? Speak now, forever hold your peace. 1 Samuel 28:9. Anybody got any questions? Any other questions other than what we're talking about? All right, let's keep cooking then. First Samuel 28:9. And the woman said unto him, Behold, thou knowest what Saul has done, how he has cut off those that have familiar spirits. You see? And bring me him up, whom I shall name unto thee. She's saying Saul cut off the familiar spirits because it's a law. It's a law. Familiar spirits don't supposed to be hanging up around you. People with familiar spirits who practice witchcraft and all that do not supposed to be up around you. Deuteronomy 18:9 through 14. Deuteronomy 18:9 through 14. The Bible says, when thou come into the land which the Creator your power giveth thee, thou shalt not learn to do the abominations of those nations. There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or daughter pass through the fire. We already read this, the sister put this up, but I'm going to read it just a little bit further down. Or that uses divination, or observe times, an enchanter, or a witch, or a charmer, or a consulter of familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Creator. And because of these abominations, the Creator, your power, do drive them out before you. He do not want you mixing up with those types of spirits. Verse 13, thou shalt be perfect with the Lord, with the Creator, your power. For these nations which thou possess hearken unto observers of time, and unto diviners. But as for thee, the Creator, your power, has not suffered thee to do so. You're not to be among these type people. So my question now becomes, why is JC healing these people? They are bringing these type spirits among JC. Why is JC healing them? Because if it was about healing, then why Israel did not heal those nations that had these spirits? Keep game and watch the play. Those spirits is an abomination to the Creator. Why would JC heal what is an abomination? And it says in verse 16, Matthew 8:16, and he cast out the spirits with his word and healed all that were sick. So this dude right here is just doing the most. He's just doing the most. Verse 17, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Esaias the prophet, saying, himself took our infirmities and bare our sickness. Did Elijah or Isaiah, was he talking about healing the sick and casting out devils? What's wrong with this? Zechariah 13:1, Sister Latoya put up, in that day there shall be a fountain open to the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and for what? Uncleanliness. Zechariah 13:2, she also put, and it shall come to pass in that day, says the Creator of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols out of the land, and they shall no more be remembered. And also I will cause the prophets and the unclean spirits to pass out of the land. Unclean spirits in Torah was people who had a sinning, who had a sinning law breaking spirit. How did he heal them from their iniquity, their sin within? That's a good question. How did he do it? The ones who had the devils in them was the ones who were breaking the law. So how did he stop them from breaking the law? How did he do it? How did he do it? When Elijah or Esaias said himself took the infirmities and bare our sickness, was he talking about taking upon the devils and the sickness and the fevers upon you, upon JC? Or upon himself from people who goes against the law? Or is JC taking it? Is JC correct? Or is he taking that out of context? Which one? That's verse 4. That's verse the 8th chapter in Matthew, verse 17. Is he correct or is he taking that out of context? Somebody help me make this make sense. Somebody help me make this make sense. Sister Latoya put up, what if they like to eat pork and unclean seafood? Did he touch them and took the taste of pork out of their mouth? Did he take away their desires to want unclean food? Well, remember Peter was on the top of the roof and the net unfolded from the four corners and showed him unclean food. So, when JC was in heaven, he unfolded the table that he was eating from. He was eating from the unclean food in heaven. So we got a problem. But I understand what you mean. So whatever their sickness was, and whatever the devils was in these people, did he heal the problem that caused the problem in the first place? Or he just healed he just healed the situation? You see? These people was talking to this guy because they was looking at the things that he was doing. And none of it served the purpose for the Creator because they followed him. They worshiped him. Moses got put to death, as the sister put up earlier, because it made it look like Moses was the one that caused the water to come from the rock. And if the Creator put Moses to death, why he allowing JC to continue? To make it look like it was about JC and not the Creator. Because watch this. Verse 18. Now when JC saw great multitudes about him, he gave commandment to depart unto the other side. He's running from the people, but the people still followed him. What prophecy did Isaiah said himself took our infirmities and bear our sickness? Where can you find that at? Is he talking about casting out devils and sickness? Where can I find this prophecy at? In verse 17 of the 8th chapter of Matthew. Where can I find that prophecy at? Somebody give me the book, chapter, and verse. Give me the book, chapter, and verse where I can find Matthew the 8th chapter, verse 17 of what Elijah said or Isaiah said. Where can I find that at? Where can I find that at? Give me the book, chapter, and verse. Where can I find what Isaiah said, Isaiah or Elijah? Where can I find that at? Is that a true prophecy? You can't let these people just say this is what a prophet said. Is that a true prophecy? In verse 17 of the 8th chapter of Matthew, is that a true prophecy? Is that a true prophecy? Anybody know I can find that at? That's where I can find the prophecy at right there. Isaiah 53:4. No, you're correct. It's not a prophecy that physically healed them. Okay, Sister Latoya put up Isaiah 57:18. I have seen his ways, and I will heal him. I will lead him also, and restore comfort unto him and to his what? Mourners. Isaiah 53:4. This is what they say. He was to take his sickness upon you and heal you from it. All your demons and devils. This is what he was quoting from. So, my question now, when JC healed these people, did he take the demons and the sickness upon himself for the people that he healed? That's a yeah or nay. Was he carrying around their sickness for them? Was he carrying the demons around for them? Yay or nay? This is why I say you got to pay attention. Peep game and watch the play. So now let's go to verse 20. They done crossed over on the other side. Excuse me, verse 19, Salakia. They crossed over on the other side. Verse 19. And a certain man and a certain scribe, Salakia, and a certain scribe came and said unto him, Master, I will follow thee whithersoever thou goest. So these people is adamant about this guy. A man came and said, I'll follow you wherever you go at. In verse 20, and JC said unto him, Foxes have holes and birds have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. He said everybody got something except him. He got no way to go. Verse 21. And another of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me first to go and bury my father. So he's telling this man, the man that came to him and said, I'll follow you wherever you go at. So he's telling the man, foxes have holes, birds have nests, but the Son of Man has no way to rest his head. In other words, you got to be willing to not be attached to nothing. If you talk about following me, you got to follow me wherever I go at. It no matter where I go at, I can stop at a water fountain. You better stop too. If I stop and use the bathroom, you need to use the bathroom too. If I get on this boat to go on the other side, you need to be on that boat too. If I'm tired, you better be tired too. This is what he was telling them. See, because when the fox get tired, it goes back to the foxhole. When the bird get tired, it goes back to his nest. But see, the Son of Man, he ain't got no way to go. He's a wanderer. That's what he's telling them. I'm a wanderer. So you got to learn how to be a wanderer too. I'm on the go. So that means you got to be on the go too. So then, verse 21, and another disciple of his disciples said unto him, Lord, suffer me to go and bury my father. Verse 22, but JC said unto him, follow me and let the dead bury their dead. Huh? So you mean to tell me he couldn't say the last farewell to his father? So in other words, if they ain't following him, they're dead. It sounds like the camps. They're the only true Israelite camp. So he could go and bury his father. So he's calling the man's family dead. Peep game. Watch the play and peep game. So he just called that man's family dead. He's telling that man his family wasn't even worthy. They're not worthy. But JC said unto him, follow me, follow me, follow me. Follow me. And let the dead bury the dead. So he's saying that those who ain't following him is dead. In verse 23, and when he was entered into the ship, his disciples followed him. See, they followed him. Follow me. Now they following him. Follow me. Now they following him. They follow him on the ship. I told you, it don't matter. If he stop at a water fountain, you better stop and drink too. If he need to use the bathroom, you better use the bathroom too. Follow me. If he's tired, you better be tired too. Follow me. His disciples followed him. Verse 24, and behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. JC was asleep when the storm was going on. The Energizer spirit don't never sleep, don't never die, don't never quit. He sleep now. Ship is rocking. It's just rocking. He sleep. Because he took on all the demons on him now. He changed all the leopards. He's carrying all the sickness on him now. You see? He's tired. That shit heavy. It's heavy. He got a burden on him now. He need to sleep that thing off. And now they're on the ship, and the ship is now doing whatever. "25, and his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we perish." They are, you know, the storms is just going crazy. Water coming on top of the ship. Waves just beating the ship up. And they run to this dude and wake him up. Now the storm ain't woke him up, but the disciples go down there and wake him up. Verse 26, and he said unto them, why are you fearful, O you of little faith? O ye of little faith. He's saying that they don't have that much faith. So what they supposed to do? Then he arose and rebuked the waves, the winds, and the seas, and there was a great calm. How do you rebuke the winds? How do you rebuke it? Let's look at the word rebuke. Let's look at the word rebuke. What the word rebuke means. Rebuke. A strong expression of disapproval. Correction. So this guy corrected the wind. Wow. Let me put it up. This man corrected the wind. There you go, right there. He was disapproval of the wind and the waves. That's a storm. He brought correction to the storm. What's wrong with this picture? How do you correct a storm? By speaking to it. How do you speak and correct a storm. The Bible says, the New Testament says, he rebuked the winds and the sea. He rebuked it. That's like you rebuking your child. Meaning, when you rebuke your child, what are you doing? You showing the expression of disapproval, or you are bringing correction. What was he correcting, or what was he disapproved of with a storm? Peep the game and watch the play. Tell me, what was he correcting? How do you correct the storm? Anybody can tell me how do you correct the storm? Sister Latoya put up Psalm 77 and 18. The voice of thy thunder was in the heaven, and lightning the world. The earth trembled and shook. But how do you correct a storm? What are you disapproval of when it comes to a storm? I'm not getting this. I'm not getting this. What was a storm doing that he was disapproving of? Sister Latoya put up Psalm 77:16. The waters saw thee, O Creator. The waters saw thee. They were afraid. The depths also were troubled. JC was pretending to be the Creator. She also put up Psalms 107 and 104 and 7. At thy rebuke they fled, and the voice of the thunder they halted away. They hasted away, excuse me, Salakia. Hasted away. So now he got the powers of the Creator? What did the waves and the wind do that caused him to rebuke it? So now anything that's natural, he's supposed to put it in its place to make other people happy. Sister Latoya said, I'm only listing these scriptures to say I don't think he controlled the weather. I don't think he controlled the weather back then if they believed he had this power, it makes them think he's God because the creator truly controls weather. Correct. The creator controls the weather. So the Bible says, the New Testament says, he called them fearful, and they had little faith. The Bible says, then he arose, he rebuked the winds and the sea. He rebuked them as if what the winds and the waves were doing were wrong. And it says, and a great calm came. Now watch this, verse 27. They saw him supposed to rebuke the winds and the waves, and everything came calm, right? Then the men marveled, saying, what manner of man is this, that even the winds and the sea obey him? So they're asking the question, is he human? Because they know humans can't do this. Watch the play and peep the game. That's why they ask him, what manner of man is this? Is he human? Verse 28. And when he was come to the other side into the country of whatever it is, Gergenes, there met him two possessed with devils. Here we go again. See, they're asking him, what manner of man is this? Is he human? Is he human? And so when he went into another city, and there met him two possessed with devils coming out of a tomb. Exceeding fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. These people were out of control. These two guys were out of control. They meaning they attack whoever come upon them. You see? 29. And behold, they cried out, saying, what have we to do with thee, JC, thou Son of God? Now I got a question. I got a question. I got a question. My question is this. They're asking him, what have we to do with thee? And they called him the Son of God. They call him the Son of God. And notice what they say. Art thou come hither to torment us before time? So you mean to tell me, family, What time was they talking about? They say, you come to torment us? So family, these devils, these spirits, familiar spirits, these necromancer spirits is asking him, are you come to torment us before time? They asking the question. So, notice it says, did you come to torment us before time? Verse 30, and there was a good way off from them a herd of many swine feeding. So in other words, way across the other side of the field was pigs. They were eating. So verse 31, so the devils besought him, meaning they asked him, saying, if thou cast us out, suffer us to go away into the herd of swine. What did I tell y'all when he was casting out demons in that sickness? Before that, where were they going? Those demons asked, could we go inside of a pig? So I'm asking you a question again. When he was casting out those spirits, where were they going? Was he really healing the people? Was he really casting the spirits out permanently? I'm gonna let that soak and sit right there. I'm gonna let that soak and sit right there. Huh? Where was the spirits going? That's why it was an abomination before the Creator. And that's why it says, suffer not a witch to live, or those who have familiar spirits. You don't allow them to live. You kill them. Because when those spirits move, they move to something else. They are called wandering spirits. Sister Latoya put, in other people, think about church. When they cast out demons, they tell you to back up, and so the demons won't jump on into, and that is true. She put up Acts 19:13. Then certain of the vagabond Jews, exorcists, took upon them to call over them which had evil spirits the name of the Lord JC, saying, we adjure you by JC, whom Paul preaches. Acts, and she put up Acts 19 verse 16, and the man in whom the evil spirit was leaped on them and overcome them and prevail against them, so that they fled out that house naked and wounded. You see, this is the reason why I put them down, because they're an abomination to the Creator. Let's keep going. We about done, family. We about done. See, where they going? They wanted to go inside of another flesh, a herd of pigs. Where's that sickness going when he was casting it out? Where was those spirits going when he was casting them out? Verse 32. And he said unto them, go. And when they were come out, they went into the herd of swine, and behold, the whole herd of swine ran violently down the steep place into the sea and perished in the waters. The swine died. So when the swine was smart enough to kill themselves. So when the swine killed themselves, they needed another body, flesh. Where did they go? Where did they go, family? Even pigs are smart enough not to allow something else in them. Where did they go? Verse 33, and they that kept them fled and went their ways into the city and told everything and what befall to the possessed of the devils. You see? And they that kept them fled. And they went into the cities and told about all the devils that they saw. And behold, the whole city came out to meet JC. And when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coast. You see? Let me read it again. And behold, the whole city came out to meet him. And when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coast. They don't want him there. We're going to leave it right here, family. This man was breaking the law across the board. But you'll sit there and say he wasn't. He was perfect. Perfect where? And they that kept them fled and went their ways into the city and told everything and what was befall to the possessed of the devil. They told what happened to those two that had those demons, and those demons came out and went into the pig, and the pig drowned themselves. They told everything, and they told who did it and what did it, what happened. And behold, the whole city came out to meet JC. And when they saw him, they besought him that he would depart out of their coast. What the word besought means, and we're going to close out right here with this. What the word besought means. What the word besought means. They besought him. They asked him. They called him. They entreated him to depart out of the city. They didn't want him there. They did not want him there. Any other questions before I close out? Anybody want to come up and say something? I'm gonna leave the chat open for about a minute or two. put the link in the chat. Anybody want to say something? Anybody want to come up and say something before we close out? They told him to leave because what he was doing was wicked. But y'all to sit there and say, oh, no, he was doing the work of the Creator. No, he was not. They called him, they entreated him to leave. I hope you learned something. Family, may your Shabbat continue to be peaceful, restful, and relaxful. The news station, the news podcast is coming up very soon this week. In His Creator's will, I'm moving forward to put that platform out. So be looking for it. So family, shalom.